We are now at the halfway stage of the Formula 1 2025 season. We've ranked the top drivers, we've ranked the worst drivers so far. At the midway point of this season, it's now time to rank the top 3 best teams in 2025. And of course, in third place, I'm going to kick things off, pun intended, with Kick Sauber. Absolutely correct. Peter, this is all recency bias. What are we doing here? Listen, Nico Hülkenberg got on pole position. Pole position? What am I talking about? On the podium after 200 and nearly 40 races. Nico Hülkenberg finally has put a podium place, A, to his name, but B, for Sauber, for Kick Sauber, ahead of their 2026 revamp as Audi. This is nothing short of phenomenal. Sauber should be nowhere near a podium position. Okay, it was raining in Silverstone, shenanigans happen, things take place, we get all of that. But also, Bortoleto, people, he's doing a sensational job. Let's not act as if it's just Nico Hülkenberg doing all the work. Bortoleto is a rookie in Formula 1 this season. So let's not act as if he is the, he's not played a part in this whole thing, because he certainly has played a part. And Bortoleto has done nothing but phenomenal stuff with Kick Sauber. Rookie, yes, he's the reigning Formula 2 champion, but nobody's actually spoken about Bortoleto. Last time I checked, I didn't see much about him being spoken of. I never saw a lot talked about him. But when I think about the fact that Sauber, currently in the drivers' championship, in the constructors' championship, they are currently sat P6. Guys, this was meant to be the worst team in Formula 1. They are sat P6. They're ahead of the Aston Martin. They're ahead of the Racing Bulls. They're ahead of Haas and Alpine. And when I think about Kick Sauber, this is a team that should be languishing at the back like they normally are. Remember, just even last year's Sauber was horrific. They've got the right pieces in place though. Mattia Binotto in the camp. You got Jonathan Wheatley in there as well. And I thought they were going to do some good things with Andreas Seidel, but didn't seem to work out that way. But Sauber have been nothing short of phenomenal. They've been absolutely brilliant. They have got 41 points in the 2025 Formula 1 season after 12 races. Nico Hülkenberg has got 37 of them. And Gabriel Bortoleto, what's the matter with me today? 4 points. But listen, 4 points for this rookie, you got to take it. You got to take it. He's in the worst car. Well, what we thought would be the worst car on the grid. It's clearly not. But he has done a tremendous amount. He got points, of course, in races this season. And, more recently, Sauber picking up a historic podium is just nothing short of brilliant. So Kick Sauber have done so well. They've absolutely surprised everybody. Nobody expected them to be where they were today. Nobody expected them to be challenging in the midfield pack. Like they're sandwiched between a Williams and a Racing Bulls. Now, both Williams and Racing Bulls are two teams that you would say, hey, this is a good season for them. And you're absolutely right. It is a good season for them. But what on earth is the Kick Sauber doing there? Sandwiched in the middle, sandwiched in the middle of that pack. So fair play. Well done to those of the Sauber affiliation. And there's more to come with that team. Pay attention, because I named some big hitters already in terms of the personnel, in terms of the team principal, the people that are running the show over there. I'm intrigued. Even Drake started tweeting about Sauber. We know that there's been a little affiliation there with Stake, but even they've been doing something. So fair play to them. I think they've done an outstanding job. They deserve the third place podium spot, of course, in this top 3 ranking of the best teams. The second team I'm going to rank the next highest. And I say this with a bit of anxiety in the sense of Williams, okay? The reason I put Williams in this conversation is purely because they have done so well this season. P5 in the constructors as we speak. They've got Carlos Sainz, they've got Alex Albon, phenomenal stuff. 59 points in the constructors championship. However, I think it's the beginning of the end. I think it's the beginning of the end when it comes to Williams, their progression in 2025. Because very lately, they have been not great. Let's put it that way. Something's not quite going right. Something has gone awry at the moment at Williams, and not many people seem to know what the issue is. And that's a problem. If you don't know what the problems are, then we could be heading for some sort of a destruction rather for 2025. Now listen, they put all their eggs in the 2026 basket. When James Vowles joined the team, who got a new deal as well, by the way, this season, and thoroughly deserved, absolutely deserved for James Vowles to get that new deal. They already had things in place that they were going to just do for 2026 and onwards. There were things that they actually managed to fix now in 2025, which has actually been very, very tremendous, very, very eye-opening. Of course, having top quality drivers like Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon, that's pretty good. But now we're starting to see a little bit of decline. The car's not being able to finish races. We're having barbecues in one race. We're having engine failure in another race. Things are starting to go a little bit awry. And I'm not sure if Williams knows what the problem is. If anybody at Williams knows what the problem is. So they are second place in my list, but I'm nervous about them for the rest of the year. We will do a full year ranking, of course, of this video at the end of the season, and I don't think they will be in my top 3 Williams. I just don't think they will be. And Sauber now, who kind of started off a little bit slow, have now sort of gained momentum, and I have a feeling that Sauber will take their place eventually. But I had to put them in there because they've still done a phenomenal job. Alex Albon's doing tremendous things in that Williams. He's doing far better than Carlos Sainz than we ever thought. In the Drivers' Championship, Alex Albon is P8. P8 with 46 points. 46 points. Carlos Sainz, P15 in the Drivers' Championship out of 21. Okay, and he's got 13 points. So, you know, I'm a bit disappointed in the Carlos Sainz situation right now because I'm very, very fond of him, and I really wished he had a great season because the way he got kicked out of Ferrari was just unacceptable. But it's for Lewis Hamilton. I get it. Whatever. We move on. And I wonder what Carlos Sainz would have done in that Sauber. If they'd gone down that way. But anyway, Williams have done tremendously well up until this point. They are very, very good. They've been very, very solid. Hats off to everybody who's been working behind the scenes from last season and then this season as well. Alex Albon continuing in great shape. The team are well and truly they're organized. Everything's quite fitting in the right place. Everything seems to be right there. They've got rid of the drivers that would cost them money, cost them millions in repairs and damages. And so now we're in a much better place. So fair play to Williams. They're P2 on this list. P1, the best team in 2025 so far, the halfway point of the Formula 1 2025 season, has to be McLaren. It's not even close. It's got to be McLaren. They are P1 in the Constructors' Championship. They have 460 points this season after 12 races. They are on course to break Red Bull's record. Could you imagine if McLaren break Red Bull's record, how damaging it would be? The way that the fall from grace that Red Bull have right now, how complete would it be if McLaren can put more points? I think Red Bull got 860 odd points in 2023. No other dominance have I ever seen in my life in Formula 1. And I've lived through the Hamilton era, I've lived through the Schumacher era, the Vettel era. But this Verstappen era and Red Bull era for that matter has been crazy. 2023 was nuts, was absolutely bonkers. And they managed to seal the deal at such a high rate in such unbelievable fashion. But McLaren have 460 after 12. You do the math. We're looking at 900 if they continue in the same form. Could they do it? And don't forget, there's a few sprint weekends still to come. Could you imagine if they got 1,000 points? It would be insanity. It would be absolute insanity. Do you know what's even more impressive? P2 is Ferrari, right? Ferrari have 222 points. They are less than half. McLaren are basically more than double Ferrari's points. There is the jackhammer. That's the nail in the coffin for me. Ferrari, even if they double their points now and McLaren got no points, Ferrari would still be behind McLaren. That's how dominant they've been. McLaren have sorted themselves out. The car that they have got is exceptional. Exceptional. Okay, Andrea Stella, Pete Prodromou, Rob Marshall, Zach Brown. Them the two wonderful drivers. Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris. I mean, are you serious? Have you seen the way that these drivers have kicked things off this season? Have you seen how in blistering form they have been? The drivers this season have been sensational. They've been absolutely sensational in 2025. They have been brilliant. I mean, Oscar Piastri has just been nothing short of phenomenal. Oscar Piastri has been a fantastic driver this season. 234 points he's got currently. Lando Norris with 226. These guys are killing it in the Grand Prix. Absolutely killing it in the Grand Prix. They've been nothing short of phenomenal. But yeah, this is the best team in Formula One by a country mile. And you know what's funny? If you're a McLaren fan, you watched the progression start. You saw from 2023 what McLaren had to do when people like James Key left and Andreas Seidel had left beforehand. All these other people left, and as soon as Andreas Stella got the job of like technical team principal, he knew exactly what to do. Zach Brown and the crew, they executed the plan, and you could see it if you watched like McLaren Fan TV. Check them out on YouTube. They saw this coming. They saw that this was going to be a bitter pill to swallow. 2023 is going to be a hard hump, but towards the end of that 2023, or even towards the middle, if you remember the chrome McLaren of 2023, where all of a sudden, P2, P3, all of a sudden the McLarens are just coming out of nowhere. And then last year, the threat that they put on Red Bull, it was like to announce themselves, listen, Red Bull, you've had your time. We're coming. We're coming for you now. And in 2025, they've not looked back. They've not looked back. Max Verstappen's only got 165 points for Red Bull this season. And yeah, they are well off. They are falling far, far, far behind. But it's because of McLaren's dominance. They've been absolutely exceptional. Nobody's touching them. No one's getting anywhere near them. They won the Constructors' Championship last year. Mate, they won the Constructors' Championship this year after the third race of the season. As soon as the third race happened, I said, yep, that's it, it's done, finished. And now we know, we more or less know that McLaren is going to have a Drivers' Championship for the first time since Lewis Hamilton in 2008. The question is, which one? My money is on Oscar Piastri, but Lando Norris has been on some form lately, by the way. And that only bodes well for McLaren if they've got two drivers in good form. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the top three that I've ranked. McLaren number 1, Williams number 2, Sauber number 3. Comment down below if I've been kind, if I'm being harsh. Who should I have put in this top 3? Who should have made the podium places in terms of the constructors in 2025? YouTube thinks you'll like this video over here, so make sure you go ahead and click that. And until next time, lights out.